Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So we are currently on the PDR, the Peninsula Development Road, which heads up to the very tip of Australia, the most northern point, just before Papua New Guinea. So we are going to take an offshoot pretty soon, which is going to take us to a national park I've wanted to see for a really long time due to the diversity of wildlife. Now, a lot of the wildlife in this national park, which is called the Iron Range National Park, is only in that very small section of Australia or in Papua New Guinea. So some incredible creatures like a green tree python, we've got the magnificent riflebird, and we've got the couscous as well, which is a bizarre little mammal possum type creature. So we're going to head up to a beach called Chilli Beach. It's going to be really remote. We're going to check that out, and then we're going to tackle a really full-on four drive track. We'll see how we go in the Iron Range. If we film lots there, then I'm not sure if we'll do the four driving in this video or not. But we'll take you along on the adventure. We don't know what it's going to bring, but I think it's going to be pretty awesome, so stick around.
A little bit on an angle. That's better.
Great. Alright, lunchtime.
Alright, and we've made it to our lunch spot for today, which is the Wenlock River. Well, it's more like a lagoon actually. There's lots of like lilies you can see behind me. Super nice and peaceful. There's no one around. It's off the road, super quiet. Just on wiki camps we found it. But today was a much better day in terms of road condition than yesterday. We decided to stay the night in Cohen. There's a really nice free camp, the bend, just along like a little creek where you can have a dip, you can relax. It's very quiet and pretty good like spot really for a free camp. And we had a really good night of sleep. We had a little bit of 4G so we could send our last emails before we head remote with no reception at all. I did like a little bit of stretching. That's what I like to do after like a long drive. When we do more than 200 kilometers of driving, I always like to do a little stretch. Created a little bit of maintenance on the Mog with a grease nipple, greased everything, checked the oil levels. Everything was great. And then yeah, this morning we're heading towards the Iron Range National Park, and the road condition was so much better. I think the gravel part has just been graded and it was just a dream, and there was a lot of bitumen as well. There was just one tricky part, which was there was a track at some stage that we were following for quite a long time, and fortunately we're just eating the dust, and unfortunately we don't have aircon, so we were just having the windows open. That was not fun, and you have to slow down, otherwise it's just like not possible. And unfortunately we couldn't overtake him as well. So we had to slow down to let him pass further because you could not see anything with the dust. That was actually super dangerous. And I can't understand why there are so many accidents on the PDR. Even with your headlights on, impossible to know what was ahead. So yeah, we just stopped a little bit and then let him pass, and it was all good. So that's where we're at, and we'll take you along for the rest of the day.
Brand new fishing hat, baby, yes!
What's that?
It's meant to be. Look at it.
Big fish.
Brand new.
Here we go.
Finders keepers, losers weepers. Driving through the Iron Range for about an hour now, and it's gradually getting greener and greener and greener as we go through the hills. but the road has just been so good. They're spending so much money on it, but I suspect there must be a mine or something further along the way, because they don't usually have the national park roads being this well maintained. So we've gone through a few little creek crossings, and soon we're going to make camp at about 21k. It's cool. Good morning. So we've just arrived at Chilli Beach. We had a really nice night's sleep last night in the jungle at a place called Cook's Hut Campground. I did 3 spotlighting missions at night time and unfortunately didn't see any green pythons or couscous, so that's a shame. Just saw some frogs and stuff, so didn't film much there, to be honest. And now we are here. It's only about 9 AM in the morning, so we're not sure if our campsite is free yet, so we're going to walk it first. So we've just parked here in the day use area. What do you reckon?
Wow, that's a wild beach. Oh my god.
Very wild beach. Hopefully you can hear us over the wind. There's meant to be a bunch of crocs all through here, so definitely no swimming, definitely no sparing. Maybe if the wind completely dies off I can go for a fish, but this place is notorious for just non-stop wind. So we'll see how we go. So we're just going to have a little walk, check out our campsite, and then see if we can park up.
Alright, show us your coconut catching trick. Much harder than it looks. Yeah! So that's your one. What about my one?
I'll get you one.
I'm not too sure yet. Yay!
There's your one, my love.
Thank you. Alright, so we just wanted to see if it was going to be good.
Bit sour actually. Tell me what you think.
It's a bit like fizzy.
Yeah, it's like fermented. Are we gonna die? Probably both have chronic diarrhea after this.
I like it, but it's fizzy. Is that meant to be fizzy?
I don't think it's quite ready. I'll have to get some more yellowy looking ones. It might be a bit green.
A garage full of coconuts. How cool is that? And Chris was not joking when he was saying he loves knives, as you can see. Cool little concoction there.
It's called a lace monitor, or the Aussies call them goannas, and the Aboriginals love to eat them. Apparently they taste really, really good.
Nice and level.
Easy as. What a spot.
Beach view.
Beachfront views. Nice.
So we walked here before as well just to see how we were going to park the mug, and we decided to park the back of the mug towards the wind so that at least we don't get the side wind on the camper, on the door, the windows. It should be a better enough sleep in that respect, just in case it gets really hectic. But for now, it's pretty nice and the sun is shining. And Chris was saying as well, just to avoid to have the engine bay facing, I guess, the ocean, so any like salt spray, we can minimize that as well. So yeah, we tick all the boxes, and this is our view. Wow, it's beautiful. What are you up to?
Yeah, I just chopped it open with the axe. Thanks Socks for the little axe. This thing's cool. Yeah, this works well on coconuts. Yeah, so and then threw it into it. So I know if I'm stuck on a deserted island with an axe, a really long pole,
And a Makita.
and a Makita screwdriver, I'll be able to get us coconut water at least. Okay, have the first taste.
I think this one is a little bit better.
Is it sweeter? Yeah, that's nice. It's not fizzy like the other one.
It's not much though.
It's not a lot for the work.
I have to get some more. Oh, yay. Don't mind us, that's all we're gonna do all day. So we just had a nice chill morning, just on our chairs, chatting and talking about like some future project that we've got, like little plans, like lots of exciting things behind us in the future. So we'll let you know when we can. and I'm making my lunch. So I'm just gonna show you today's lunch. So what I do is I buy sliced capsicum already frozen. Not only it's so much cheaper than fresh capsicum at the moment, the price of capsicum in Australia is crazy, but it's so convenient to have it already sliced and like super easy, like in a stir fry, or every time I make like a Mexican inspired dish, I love to use that. For convenience as well, before this trip I decided to buy a roast chicken that I kind of like pulled apart, and I put all the chicken I could in a Tupperware. So this is my last meal of it that I'm having. So today I'm making a fajita, so chicken, capsicum, I've got some salsa, and I'm adding some hummus because I need to eat the hummus before it goes off. So I'll show you the finished result, and yeah, it's gonna be delicious. And this is the finished result with some added tomato on top. Normally I would as well add probably some avocado to that, but I have to be very careful with how much avocado we've got for the coming days, weeks. We're not too sure how we're gonna stay in the Ontario area, so I'm skipping avocado this time, but I'd say that would be the perfect addition to the meal. Alright, bon appetit. Oh my god. Oh my god, this is good. No.
Hope this rope
No,
holds.
too much. Too much, Chris. Too much. Stop.
Okay, we'll do a GoPro handover. Good job. Zoom. How cool is this tree? He's fallen over. Boom. And then you know what? I'm not gonna go that way anymore. I'm gonna go sideways. How you doing?
Good.
Look at all those roots. Very cool.
How hard can it be?
Too hard. Oh. Okay, don't film that edge.
Oh, almost. Yay! I've got a confession to make. Chris had the coffee before we went on this walk, and I can definitely tell.
Had an incredible walk down the beach before. Turned out it was 10k return, so we went up to a river mouth. I think it's called the Chilli Beach River, or the Chilli River, to look for crocs. Unfortunately no crocs, but the walk up there was just spectacular. Such a wild beach.
I spotted a mark.
That's right, so Ange spotted a little crocodile mark in the sand, so it had definitely gone out to the ocean, which is pretty full on. Unfortunately there is just so much trash. Now we saw a sign here, they do a cleanup once a year, and the trash is from offshore, so it might actually come out of that Great Pacific garbage patch, but it's definitely not Australian born plastic. Found one of these. So this is a boar skull, which is pretty neat. But we did see quite a bit of pig sign. And I also found a nautilus shell. So this is like a cephalopod squid type thing that swims backwards that way. So that was really cool. So we'll do some more spotlighting tonight, hopefully find some cool creatures, maybe some snakes, and now we're just going to chill.
I don't like snakes.
But I do. So we are exhausted after that walk. So we've done 13k walking today already, and we'll probably do some more tonight. Good morning. It is about 11 a.m. We slept so well last night with that cool sea breeze coming in. Wasn't too windy at all. Bit windier today than yesterday actually. Last night at about 8 p.m, sort of after dark, Ange and I went on a spotlighting mission, which was awesome. One of the highlights was we saw two of these snakes on the ground. They had like a yellow crest behind their head. Haven't been able to identify exactly what it is. The closest thing I can think of is a coastal taipan. If you have some idea, please let me know. I'd be very interested. We also saw a couple like little mouse rat type creatures. Some beautiful birds that were sleeping. I picked up an awesome green tree frog who had a really cool personality. Beautiful. Isn't he cute? Look at his big feet. And what else? And just a couple of cane toads. Unfortunately, no common couscous and no close-up sighting of a green tree python. So we'll go out again tonight. Hopefully we'll do better. This morning we trained on the beach. I got the gymnastic rings out and put those over a coconut palm that was sort of laying kind of diagonally. Man, pull-ups are so hard when you haven't done them for a while, but that was really good. And she did her own separate training session. Earlier than that, I went and collected a bunch of coconuts up the beach and drilled into them and got about a litre of coconut water. So that is now in the fridge chilling for later. And what else did we do? We went on a trash cleanup. So I've grabbed this full-size rubbish bag here, just of all the ocean plastic that's washed up on the shore. So sad. So it's just a combination of flip-flops, lots of plastic water bottles and their caps, and just smashed up bits of like microplastics and stuff. And just currently getting her bag as well, and then she'll come back. We'll probably put them in the garage for now, and then there's apparently, as we head out, there's a tip. And for the rest of the day, I don't really know yet. We'll probably just chill out and then go spotlighting again tonight. Nice job.
And this is the sad reality of this beautiful beach. So much trash. If every camper could pick up a bag of rubbish, I think that would make a big difference.
Nice job. Good morning. So we finished up the night last night by watching a really cool phenomenon. Basically tens of thousands of these little birds called metallic starlings fly from the mainland and the trees over to this little tiny island just past the beach to roost every evening. And they form these like incredible helix formations, and there was literally, it must have been tens of thousands of them. So that was really cool.
Yeah, would have loved to know actually how many birds there are, because it would just keep going and going. And that's a phenomenon that only happens from September to April. So if you go to Chilli Beach, make sure you time it well, because that's really worth it.
And then when it got pitch black, we went for a final, like, sort of 2-hour spotlighting mission. Still no couscous, still no green tree python, but we did catch sight of an awesome little guy called a sugar glider.
Oh, it was so cute.
It's kind of like a flying, gliding squirrel. And man, it's the cutest creature you've ever seen in your life, and tiny. And that was about it for the spotlighting, but really cool to see one of those. I've never seen one in Australia yet.
Yeah, that was such an amazing experience around the Iron Range National Park, and highly recommend you camp there. Queensland National Park has done such a great job in that respect. It's only $7 per night per person, which is super affordable. I've never seen that anywhere else in Oz. So yeah, well done, Queensland National Park.
So now we have left the national park and we're about to start a track, an infamous little track called the Frenchman's Track. It's only 52k long, apparently it's really full on. We don't know of any other Unimogs having ever done it, and we've been told by people who've done the track that we won't make it through, but we're going to give it a little bit of a go and wish us luck, but we'll have that for next week's video.
Stay tuned.
So thank you so much for watching, guys. We'll see you next week.